Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is September the 11th, 2018. Never, ever, ever forget this day. Strong hand. All right, let's get into this thing right now, people. I am back. It was obviously Rosh Hashanah the last 2 days for 48 hours. Nothing to do with Bitcoin or anything like that. And for me, it was the day Bitcoin stood still. It was just great. I was good to be with my family and everyone. And I recommend just totally get off your laptop for 24 hours. Don't check the Bitcoin price. It'll be your own personal day where Bitcoin stood still. You had nothing to do with Bitcoin. You actually, today, whether you be Jewish or not Jewish, it was obviously the last day of Rosh Hashanah, just ended a few hours ago. But obviously today is a special day for a number. We remember this day. And I mean, this is the perfect day to take the day off from Bitcoin and to just get back in touch with the real world around you. During these last 48 hours, I didn't check any sports scores. Again, this laptop, my laptop that everyone knows that I have, I did not open it for 48 hours. So, and Bitcoin, it goes on without you, and that's great. I don't feel like I missed anything. I still have the same amount of Bitcoin, and my head, cleared up on a lot of different things. It's good to clear up your head. Create your own personal days of where Bitcoin stood still for you, and obviously not having anything to do with Bitcoin for 48 hours. I heard and saw things that I don't usually even pay attention to, and some of it's kind of unfortunate. It shows how powerful the 80% influence is out there. When you get away from the Bitcoin realm, where many of us 20%ers are, and you get back around 80%ers and whatnot, you see the big influence. You see how a lot of people can get away with inflation and whatever. People are like, oh, eventually it'll all fall apart. I don't know, dudes. People love their big screen TVs. Thanks, Josh Colwell, for the super chat, by the way. That was very nice. Okay, speaking about, getting in touch with the regular world, what's going on there. A lot of people like to talk about the glamour of foreign real estate. Oh, Doug Casey always used to talk about that. And it's confiscatable. Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. And it's not going to be so glamorous in the 2020s, foreign real estate. I mean, logically, more and more governments are going to want to confiscate land. It's a commodity they can trade. They can, if they're in debt to, let's say, China, they could give that land to the Chinese. Maybe that's what's going on in the country that I'm about to talk about. But I see more and more land confiscations coming up in 2020 in the 2020s, excuse me, in all sorts of other countries besides this one. But here we go. Farm prices in South Africa have plunged by a third since the ruling party decided to seek a change to the constitution to make it easier to expropriate land without compensation. So the mere threat of land confiscation has, destroyed the value of some of these farmers' land or significantly hurt it. And at the same time, their land is still confiscatable. It still can be taken away from them. So what I've been saying to everyone in South Africa since before these land grab threats started, hey, Bitcoin is unconfiscatable. And you really are seeing the difference now. Even the threat of confiscation hurts that asset, okay, which is land. So real estate compared to Bitcoin, it's not what it's cracked up to be, okay? It in the bottom line is in all these, again, I'm talking to a lot of Americans right now. All you people who are in developing countries, you get it at this point. If you're watching this show, you really get it. You know that your government can take away everything. They can't take away that Bitcoin. And it's a serious threat. And even the threat hurts you sometimes, like this in South Africa. I mean, who wants to be involved in real estate in a country, in any source of real estate in a country where they can take farms, where they can take a certain real estate away from you? They can confiscate it from you. Okay, Bitcoin is something they can't take away. Remember that. Remember, you can consider it insurance. You can consider a diversification. Consider it whatever you want to. It gets you out of this. It gets you out of that pipeline, the confiscation pipeline that you don't want to be in. And again, everyone, please pound that like button. I'll only say it once this show. Thank you. All right. So, but this is a more serious show, obviously. We do a serious. I mean, if you look back in the archives this day, I always like to keep it on the serious side. So, where we got Matt Odell here talking about stable coins. And, you know, I wanted to talk about stable coins for a while. I think they're ridiculous. I don't know why, you know, you'd even want to really mess with it. I mean, if you're a trader, yeah, you care about it. But otherwise, we're going to go into some of why they're ridiculous here, what Matt Odell has to say. Fiat-backed stable coins have their uses, but require trusted third parties. The centralized entity behind them can steal your money, and they are an easy target for government. So KYC should be expected in most situations. They don't compete with Bitcoin, but rather complement it. Okay. And he went on to say that Tether is the best one of all the stable coins because they are breaking the law. They have no, the United States law, they have no KYC requirements. But he says at the same time that Tether is a ticking time bomb because eventually the US government will catch up with these Tether dudes and shut them down or force them to do KYC. And they're, you know, what makes them better than the other stable coins will go away. Now, speaking about the other stable coins, why stable coins are in the news, Preston J. Burns says, the Winklevoss brothers have always structured their affairs for the long run, lawyer heavy, slow and steady, wins the race approach. Their stable coins will be interesting to check out, particularly its KYC properties. So Winklevi are coming out with their own stable coin, and they will follow every single rule, of course. It will be KYC'd up the yin-yang, and the 80%ers will get into it. Hey, man, it's your personal responsibility. You can do what you want to do. If you want to get into that thing, if you want to be a trader, and I mean, why even, I don't know. Do what you want to do, guys. It's risky stuff. Centralized issuer of a cryptocurrency, whether it be the Winklevi or whoever, it's still centralized. It could disappear. They can run away. And again, there's KYC involved. So, and I know all you traders are going to be saying, "Oh, I need it to jump. I can't just go from fiat to this. This saves me on. This will save me on taxes." Yeah, sure. Sure, it will. Yeah. Do you think the Winklevi? I mean, Winklevi will be turning every single bit of information over to the IRS. They follow every rule. That's what KYC is all about. But hey, you know, do what you're going to do. Things falling all over the place here. All right. So, because again, 80%, the 80%ers rule. The 80%ers rule, dude. They're easily influenced. And I'm not saying that everybody's an 80%er that's dealing with Gemini or whatever. But what I'm about to say, does deal with 80%ers, okay? And this piece from Market Watch, I mean, it seemed like a propaganda piece. It's about here. America moves closer to being a cashless society. All right. So the article does not mention Bitcoin at all. It talks about how restaurants, how it's such, you know, the ones that no longer accept cash, it's so easy for them to account for everything and to pay their waiters and waitresses and, you know, play by all they don't lose anything because they're not dealing with dollars. They don't mention the credit card fees they have to pay. No, that's not mentioned or anything like that. But again, if this is a true story, I mean, if it's totally true, if they weren't twisting it around, if these restaurants want easy accounting, they want to be able to keep track of tips, they want a log of everything, The Bitcoin, soon enough, with the Lightning Network, they'll be able to do everything. Okay. They're not going to have to pay exorbitant fees that they have to pay to credit cards. Again, this article doesn't mention that. But again, this article reminds us to get ready for the mindset of the 80%ers to be anti-cash. They're going to eat this kind of thing, this kind of article up. Like, oh yeah, credit cards seem really easy. I shouldn't. What's wrong with having a war on cash? What's wrong with, I don't have anything to hide. What, I don't care if I have to use a credit card. No, it's easy to use a credit card. I don't have to carry any pennies. I don't get any pennies or nickels. It's so great. But yeah, it's a reminder of why you should be pro Bitcoin, because Bitcoin can't be stopped. Okay, cash, I guess they can stop it, the government, or they can vilify it, and well, they could stop it. The United States government could just get rid of all their cash. Of course, they could. They can't get rid of they can't get rid of Bitcoin. And again, this kind of article also, you could say, well, Adam, maybe it's not a war on cash. Maybe they're just getting ready for FedCoin. Yeah, maybe it is. The point, yeah, I think we again, the 80%ers are going to eat this kind of thing up. They're going to look at articles like this and be like, yeah, okay, cashless society, okay, you Bitcoiners, we're going to have a FedCoin, just as good. I won't have to carry on pennies or nickels anymore. It'll be great. Or, I mean, read the article, judge for yourself. It's really it's a thoughtless article. It doesn't take much high intellect there. All right. So Bcash in the news again here. All right. There's a tweet here about King of the Trolls on a cruise to debate people about Bitcoin, okay, and Bcash, I guess. First question here is, why do you keep giving this guy this debate? Is so played out. I mean, the debate, it's from 2017. It's like, how many infomercials do you have to give him? Are you going to still do this in 2019? Are you going to still give him? I mean, everyone says they despise Bcash so much, but you're playing into the guy's hand. It's a centralized altcoin. So they have a marketing guy, a face behind it, and you keep giving that face FaceTime, free marketing, infomercials. And so everybody makes fun of him because of his voice and he got angry again or something like that. But you don't realize the 80%ers are going to fall for anything, okay? And if you're giving him his free airtime. So people are laughing at him and saying, "Oh, his claims are so outrageous." So let's see here. And this is a tweet from Giacomo Zucco. The James Bond villain-like megalomaniac delirium at the end of this clip is the most important insight into King of the Trolls' deranged mind. And this is a quote. "I'm the big part of the reason Bitcoin is so popular around the world. I did it once. I will do it again with Bcash." Now, let's analyze what he said there. He is part of the reason that Bitcoin is so popular around the world. That is true. Because he's a marketer. He knows how to market things. He spread the word. He gave it away for free. He was considered a good guy then. He was good with public relations. And he says, he says he's going to do it. I will do it again with I did it once. I will do it again with Bcash. So, and then you just give him the free huge platforms and you keep retweeting this stuff. You don't realize, he does look, I mean, he's yelling at the end and everything. And to a lot of people, that turns people off. Obviously, it should turn people off. But again, a lot of people are like, yo, he's sticking up. He's warring with them. Look at him battling. Because you keep on giving him more. So yeah, I'm not saying Bcash will never be Bitcoin. I'm not saying that. But it will pump again. It's a set. Again, that's the difference between Bitcoin and all the other coins. All the other coins are centralized. They can come up with marketing plans. They can have big faces support them. And so if you give their big faces, you keep on giving them airtime. You keep on putting them out there. You keep giving them free infomercials. Well, I mean, people are going to find 80%ers don't know the difference between centralization and decentralization. They don't care. They're just going to they're going to hear about it and say, well, maybe I should buy into it. The guy's talking about it. Look at it. This guy's a big guy, this King of the Trolls guy. So, hey, I'm just analyzing what's out there. I think if you're a Bitcoin fan, you should be a Bitcoin fan and be, talking about the great things about Bitcoin instead of like arranging debates that give some altcoin infomercial dude the platform that he wants, that he craves, and that he needs in order to spread the word about his altcoin. You're giving it to him for free, and he's a billionaire. Again, hey, if you think that, and if you think that's good, creating this debate that jumped the shark in 2017 is good for the cryptocurrency space, it's not. It really isn't. It's just your people who complain about the confusion are the same ones that let him give him free infomercials. It's amazing. So again, I learned my lesson a long time ago with giving the dude free infomercials and stuff. But I mean, to give it to debate, to have a debate with him, again, puts him on equal footing with the person he's debating. And he's usually debating someone that's talking about Bitcoin. So you're putting Bcash on Bitcoin. You're saying they're equal. I'm saying they're not. I'm saying one's an altcoin and one's Bitcoin. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. But when you set up these little jump the shark things, jump the shark debate, because it did jump the shark a while ago, when you keep setting them up, you keep giving him exactly what he wants. And so I don't know how you could be such big Bcash haters if you're giving them exactly what they want. All right, so that's it for today. That's it. I wanted to put that out there. And it's all cyclical. Again, it's all cyclical. All the 80%, there are all sorts of 80%ers are going to come back in that know nothing about the history, and they're just going to hear about this Bcash and keep seeing the Bcash guy out there and go, oh, this is great, and it'll pump. So many of them are going to pump again for the most illogical of reasons. And that's just, if you've been around, you've seen them all pump. Like Dogecoin's pumping again. I mean, come on. They all pump again. Just want to make sure. Oh, and again, and with Bcash, it's only going to take, again, since they have a marketing guy, he can go up to some big company like Twitter and make a deal with them and say, I will give you $10 million if you, or it doesn't have to be Twitter, if you make my cryptocurrency the official cryptocurrency of your platform. And it'll happen one day. And that will help pump the price also. So there's people out there, and I know you're going to talk about all the fundamentals, somebody owns this much Bcash, this much but again, if you give the number 4 cryptocurrency in the world free marketing over and over again, it's not going away. And again, take a step away from Bitcoin for a day. Take a step away from cryptocurrency for a day or 48 hours like I did. Hear like some TV in the background. Hear some people in a public area talking about life in general. And you'll see 80%ers that they can be convinced of anything. So we've got the Fed coin is going to come around eventually, and people are going to tell you the Fed coin is better than Bitcoin. So finally, one last thing, B Diamond, a crypto dividend of Bitcoin. I haven't mentioned that one in a while. I saw that it pumped. Some people asked me about it. And they just, what happened is you can now, like on Binance, you can deposit it and withdraw it now. And that's what pumped it, apparently, for anyone wondering about that crypto dividend. Again, don't buy something you can get for free. If you happen to somehow extract your B Diamond safely, and I don't know of a safe way to do it, I haven't done it, then yeah, you can get rid of it on you can get rid of your B Diamond on Binance now, and maybe that caters to the Asian market too. Again, King of the Trolls and Bcash cater to the Asian market, and there's a huge world out there, people. They're 80%ers in Asia too. All right, Colonel Swan Jr., thank you for the $2. He says the downfall of Bcash is pegged to Bitcoin. The downfall of Bcash is pegged to Bitcoin, he says. Who knows, dude? I'm not concerned about it. I'm not concerned about Bcash at all, about its downfall. I just know it's all cyclical. What interests me is that how many people give the leader of Bcash an infomercial, a platform. It's just, and continue this whole, to legitimize that whole debate, and how that's just not, that's very confusing to people who are not in the know, which are 80%ers, which are newbies. And again, the same people who say that there's all this confusion out there are the ones that are given the due to infomercial and call it, they call it by another, I call it Bcash. They call it by another name. I mean, just treat it as an altcoin. It's an altcoin, and you don't give, do you give the other founders, like, do you debate all the other founders of every other altcoin out there all the time? Does Ripple get debates? I don't know. All right, everybody. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. I hope everyone had a good day today, and just always remember what happened, and you know, there is definitely life beyond cryptocurrency, and you need to take a day off sometimes from it, and just appreciate being alive, and you know, just that I think you should be happy that you are in the Bitcoin space, and you've been, if you want to call it, you've been red pilled or whatever, that you can see how some of the mainstream activities out there, you know, that fitting in is overrated. I think that's just something important to remember. You know, there's there's a lot of people try to put people to shame out there for not fitting in. And I think if you're, when you do go back into that 80% of world, you see that out there. You see that, you hear it on those TV shows, Entertainment Tonight TV shows, how ridiculous, the ridiculous bubble subjects that everyone is talking about, because everyone is talking about it. And if you diverge from that, those subject matters, those Hollywood subject matters, you're considered an outcast in the world today. It's unbelievable. But no, that's the thing. You should be proud to be an outcast. And but it's good to get reminders of what's really going on in the world today. And you should be proud and happy that you're in this Bitcoin overlay. And again, you should be happy that you're alive. And this is definitely a good day to be alive. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye.